Hi everybody, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. Recently, Northeast Montana saw a rather large investment made in their community. CNB operations in Culbertson opened their new facilities, including 10 technician bays for repairs and maintenance. CNB store manager Michael Chose shares the need for the new facility.
What we were faced with before was 3 different locations that we had to utilize and work and do our projects with. The old facility downtown was started as a John Deere dealer in 1946, so it was not very big at all for the size of the equipment we have to deal with today. We had 3 different locations. We had a different lot for our equipment and really created a lot of inefficiencies having to travel between the 3 different locations to get the jobs done.
And Culbertson CNB operations manager Mike Chose stated an upgrade like this tells the community that CNB is here for the long run. The store is officially open, and Mike Chose added that if anyone is interested in a tour of the facility, to stop by anytime. And the U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Ag Statistics Service is collecting data from 1,000 North Dakota farmers and ranchers for their annual Ag Resource Management Screening Survey. The survey looks at all aspects of U.S. ag production, the well-being of farm households, and various farm production characteristics. The survey collects detailed information on production practices, cost, and returns for different commodities, with this year looking into cotton and potato production. All information collected from respondents is kept confidential, so no producer can be identified. For more information on the survey, visit nass.usda.gov. And U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins announced second-round payments for specialty crop producers through Marketing Assistance Specialty Crop Programs. The payments will be released later this week, providing an additional $1.3 billion in assistance. USDA's Farm Service Agency previously delivered around $900 million in the first round to producers. Secretary Rollins stated after a thorough review, the USDA decided to resume marketing assistance payments and is again putting farmers first with a second round. And the Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, also announced great news for the Maude family from South Dakota. The Trump administration officially dropped federal charges against the Maudes, who were prosecuted for theft of federal property that related to a fencing issue on U.S. Forest Service land. The allegations stemmed from the family's fence line that was not built on the correct property line back in the 1950s. The family was facing legal fees and possibly 10 years in prison. Secretary Rollins stated that dropping the case reaffirms President Trump's commitment to ending government regulation by prosecution. The Maude family is scheduled to hold a press conference in Washington, D.C. today to share their experience and discuss President Trump's efforts to limit regulatory overreach in agriculture. Stay with us. We'll be back with the market reports right after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Well, I don't think anybody was questioning whether we would see green or red ink in the cattle markets yesterday. Contracts once again found new highs with support coming from all across the board. Higher cash cattle prices last week are boosting the futures early on this week. Live cash bids are $4 to $6 higher, with dress bids $3 to $7 higher than the previous week. Box beef cutouts have been through the roof to start this week off. Choice cutouts were up $6 on Monday, and yesterday traded another $3.42 higher at $346.19. Feeder cattle in August set a new high at $296.90, and for the live cattle, the April contract, another new contract high at $216.35. Live cattle contracts gained around 30 to 70 cents, with feeders up $1 to $2. And it's been an impressive year in the sale barns. As livestock exchanges are switching over to their spring and summer schedules, demand hasn't slowed down one bit. Out at Glendive Livestock Exchange, feeder calves sold steady to a few cents higher. 7-weight steers sold for $2.90. Light 6-weight heifers ranged from $3.21 to $3.35. Slaughter cows range from $1.30 to $1.62, with a few cows topping the sale at $1.70. And slaughter bulls have been exceptional this year, ranging from $1.70 to $1.95. And the grain markets continue to find pressure across the board from progressing spring planting progress and improved wheat drought conditions. Wheat contracts fell around 10 cents in the afternoon, with the USDA reporting conditions for wheat 49% good to excellent, which is a 4% increase from last week and is now steady with the pace from last year. Soft red wheat growing areas also showed steady ratings, as well as spring wheat plantings well above the 5-year average pace. Corn contracts did trade around 15 cents lower, also showing an impressive planting improvement after the weekend's rainfall. Corn crop progress is now 24% complete, 2% above the 5-year average. Soybean planting progress has increased significantly over the weekend, with an 8% increase, which has pressured the soybean contracts to lose around 10 cents yesterday afternoon. Outside pressure for soybean markets has also come from China denying any trade negotiations from the United States, leaving soybean exports to China questionable. Well, that's going to do it for our Northern Ag TV. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.